Hi, this is Graphically Alex coming at you with all things fat related. If that's something that interests you, please subscribe. I'd love to have you. And today we're here with Robin. You have to say it so aggressively. What is your sunny side up gal? I don't know why I was acting like I didn't know. I was just pretending.
You're so famous. That's why. It's like,
yeah,
I don't
I'm
have
so
to,
busy.
just low
Um, I'm,
level.
busy, I'm busy fighting zombies on a daily basis. So today we're going to be seeking out some zombies, some TR zombies on the channel Toxic Ritualistic, aka ED. I'm like scared to even say that
Yeah.
because we have Fedra, aka Fatdra, on my ass. I do love that. Robin said that. I was like, I love it. We have Fatdra on my ass, and on all of our asses, to be honest. We are fireflies here, and I'm trying to figure out my classifications of zombies and then how to effectively deal with each type of fat acceptance / TR zombie. There are people who are thin that are TR zombies, though. They do
That's true.
exist.
And they are insufferable.
Yes. And I will name names because I'm a shady bitch, but Amy and Half, she is a zombie
I don't know
on
who that
Instagram.
is.
People know in my channel.
Okay.
She is one. But we're not reacting her today. I will later though. But anyway.
Hey, that's
she's
a great idea. That is a
She
great
is.
idea for us to maybe for another video we can just react to skinny
Instagram
fat
Reels.
acceptance. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, she's wild. But anyways, we will move on. So today what I have for Robin, I believe we have 2 runners. And then I think there's probably a clicker too.
Okay. All right.
So,
All right. Okay, so I just have it big and then I can scooch it to make it a little bit bigger for you so that you can read the Redditor's post and then I'll open up the photo.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. So basically, what is a runner? A runner is somebody who is not technically in the TR. They don't technically have the issue, but they parrot talking points from fat acceptance people. That's basically what this is. So this is a person that I think is a runner. So the post says this: the cope is insane. Food is not always inherently good just because it fuels you. That's literally the bare minimum for it to be considered food.
Make it visible for you.
Okay. Okay, so basically, I guess somebody said something about junk food and they're like, I hate that. And this person's like, no, it's not junk food. So they said, wrong answer. All food fuels your body. If it contains calories, it is fuel. Some foods are denser fuels. Some foods have nice additional benefits, but all foods fuel you. Some foods are really good for building muscle or supporting your bone health or giving you energy. Some foods are really good at tasting nice. All of them fuel your body. So I thought this would be interesting to talk about with you because I know you do talk about nutrition sometimes. And I know that you do not think that all foods are equal, basically.
Yeah. I feel so all foods are like a form of fuel. Like calories exist, science exists, but not every measurement of fuel is built the same.
Mhm.
I think there are such things as shitty fuel, and I think there are such things as really, really good fuel. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think that this talking point on its head, it makes enough sense that I wouldn't consider it purely TR, but it is a fact that's being manipulated to justify certain actions or to justify things that are not savorable. Oh my gosh, I'm just making up words. Savory or favorable.
Wait, hold on. While you're in that, I forgot to put you on top. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
You were at bottom for a moment.
It's okay. Anyways, so basically, when we're looking at this, they have that talking point, which, like you said, there's a kernel of truth, but it's not actually true, and it sounds like something that somebody who doesn't have the issue heard somebody who does, and they're like, that makes sense to me because that's true. So I'm going to hold on to that one grain of truth, and then just push the message forward. So what are they doing? They're pushing it forward so that somebody that has the problem will read that and then use it to justify hinging,
Mm.
basically.
Mhm.
So, or
Yeah.
my,
So th
yeah,
I'm hinging because I'm fueling my body, and you
yes,
can't talk shit about me because this is important for me, basically.
yes. And then it's also a way to kind of take attention off of the behavior. So they're kind of like running cover
Mm.
for the more advanced zombies. That's basically what a
Mm.
runner does.
Yeah.
So, but I know like on your channel you talk about keto and stuff, and for you carbs are not as good of a source,
Yeah.
you know.
It's, it I'm never gonna try and sell a nutritional,
Mhm,
diet or anything like that. It just feels medically necessary for me. But yeah,
mhm,
carbohydrates are it's I don't have, because of insulin resistance, insulin like moves sugar to your muscles to help you,
mhm,
but if your body is resistant to insulin, the more carbohydrates that you put in, um it's just more sugar in your body, just like swimming around and being like
mhm.
terrible.
You can't
So
go anywhere,
it can't go
which is
anywhere, and it just
not good.
I basically tell people I'm just naturally sweet. So
I
I
love
wake
that.
up with over 100 milligrams per deciliter of sugar in my body all the time.
Yeah, so you have to be careful. So it's like this post doesn't take any kind of health issues or health
Yeah,
concerns into account. I've talked plenty on my channel about hypothyroidism, and one of the worst things for that is seed oil consumption, which
yeah,
it's like that is not equal fuel at all, as
yeah.
far as I'm concerned.
No.
It's like I'm going to be starving, I'm going to be exhausted, I'm going to feel like depressed and like crap all the time, and then I'm going to
Yeah,
bloat up
because
like a bloater.
it's not a natural it's not a natural, our ancestors, not to get into the whole ancestral diet, whatever, but our ancestors were not drinking seed oils to like fuel. They were eating like animal fat, eating brains and stuff. But no, they were
They were
eating
eating
like
each other. No, I'm
they were
just
eating
kidding.
each other.
That's
No,
terrible.
but they, but yeah, of course you're not going to get good fuel from seed oils because it's not a it's not a natural source of fuel. It's not a
Yeah.
natural source of fat. Not a
Yeah.
good fat source for the human body.
Well, and I think,
I'm agreeing with you.
yeah, and I think the same can be said for sugar. Like some people have more tolerance to these things on a genetic level, but isolated sugar is not natural either.
Yeah,
It's not.
yeah. It's not.
So we
I
have to acknowledge that.
I can do okay with a natural form of sugar if it comes with fiber, or like if it's
Mhm,
coming, like I'll have some like a ton of strawberries with some coconut cream on top, and that's,
mhm,
my blood sugar does pretty fine after that.
mhm. Yeah,
So,
and I think too, it's like we have to look at it's also just because some food is better fuel than others, it doesn't mean that you never have it either. It's like we
yeah.
don't have to
Yeah.
have it be so black and white. It's just maybe the proportion should be different. Maybe
Yeah.
instead of maybe it is more ideal to get most of your carbs from something like fruit than sugar. It's
Right.
like that shouldn't be a controversial statement, but maybe
Yeah.
if you're putting a dash of sugar on the strawberries, it's not a big deal.
Right.
But it's like that can exist too. All of that can exist, but in the TR mind, it doesn't. It's
Mm.
like it has to be this or it has to be that, blah, blah, blah. And then they get so passionate about these issues where it's like they literally are like almost like, I want to not talk to you anymore if you don't agree with me on
Yeah.
food. Like it gets to be ridiculous, but that's where it's zombified. But this person, I don't think is. They're just kind of pushing the message. So it's
Yeah.
like pushing it out to the masses, and they're kind of like, I have to support the fatties in my life. So I'm going to say this. That's what I think
Okay.
it
Yeah.
is.
Performative. A bit
Yeah,
performative.
perhaps. Yeah. But yeah. Yeah. Any other thoughts on this one before we move
No,
on?
I am in agreement. But I would like to read the
Oh,
hashtags
yeah.
that they've got going on. So to me, hashtag to me junk food is only stuff that's pointless to eat. Chips and cookies are junk food because they barely nourish you and make you hungry again later. Taste but a waste of money, a luxury. SpaghettiOs are not junk food because they will fill you up even if they're not that healthy. So I'd break it down to junk food and sometimes food. Okay, so they are definitely categorizing their food and like and they're adding a color code, like green foods, red foods,
Mhm.
good foods, bad foods, which
Well, and that's perfectly fine for somebody to do as long as it's reasonable and not
yeah.
totally nuts. But this person, like I said, they have to put that to a stop. And
Mhm.
they feel like they have to because people in fat acceptance are like, this is diet culture and it's oppressive. And, so you
Yeah.
have to speak up against it when you see it. So
Yeah, like
that's what
it's
this
your
person's doing.
it's your responsibility to speak up about
Yeah.
over fat phobia, and if you don't, then you're compliant, like or something like that.
Yeah.
Add
Or
some guilt.
yeah. It's like, so you have to push our toxic disorder because if you don't, then you're a horrible person, basically.
Yeah.
That's what they
Ew.
say.
We hate
Yeah.
it.
It's gross. It's zombie. It is
Yeah, zombie.
zombie.
Stay
But yeah,
away.
let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So this one, I don't even know if I really believe it, if we're going to be honest about it, but it's still another runner, in my
Mhm.
opinion. So
Okay.
this person says, I wonder if they still sing the same song when they start getting issues from being overweight. Being overweight doesn't seem very rebellious to me if over 70% of the population is that way. That's just facts, period.
Yeah,
Uh,
period.
so what the person said is being truly for fat liberation means accepting that some people are just happier fat and that being fat is a perfectly acceptable body type. I've been skinny forever, but I'm getting fat to support my friends in this moment and because it's the body type I would prefer to have. Staying fat in the age of Ozempic is an act of rebellion against unfair body norms, and I'm happy to change myself in the spirit of this movement.
Is this like the reverse, what is it called uh, when you a protest where you just stop eating? What are those called?
Oh, a hunger strike?
A hunger strike. Is this
Yeah.
the new hunger strike is like get fat?
Well, when I hear this, I hear somebody that's not gonna actually do that because they're gonna try and then they're gonna be like, "Oh." They're gonna be like, "This is expensive.
Oh.
Oh, this is I don't feel good." Like, I feel sick. I don't like
Oh.
this. Yeah, it's like
I feel
it's
like
just an
ass.
idea. Yeah, it's like it's an
Yeah.
idea in their mind. It's like, yeah, but if you don't have the TR or hypo or insulin resistance or something to fuel overeating, it's actually
It's
awful.
yeah. It actually takes some work to get to over
Yeah,
500 pounds if you're not like
yeah,
hungry due to hormonal imbalance or something like that.
yeah. They'll talk about all the time. They'll be like, being skinny is a job, honey. Being 500 pounds is
Is
that's not even a job. That's like a freaking endless passion. I don't
yeah,
know.
that's
It's like
like forget
it's
hobbies, my hobbies is eating.
yes. It's like you have to constantly, it's like
Yeah.
your whole life revolves around it. That's why that's all they talk about because to
Yeah.
sustain that, it's really hard
It
to
is.
sustain.
Yeah. It is.
And
It takes a lot of work, you
it
know.
takes a lot of money too. And it's like that money
Yeah.
has to come from somewhere. And
And it's so funny because people would argue, well, what about dollar stores? Dollar stores, have affordable shitty food, and it's like, yeah, but you're gonna still buy a ton of it.
yeah,
I would have $20 and I still buy 20 pizzas. Like that's,
yeah.
yeah,
And then it's like, then there's all that the cooking, all the cleaning up after it or what you're not going to. So then you're gonna live in a nasty, like
like, and
gross place. Like, how much like cooking and cleaning is kind of, it's a decent amount
yeah,
of effort. But when you're
yeah,
overdoing it, it's a lot of effort. And
yeah,
then you have to like clean up all the pizza boxes, every day. It's
yeah,
a lot. And
yeah, yeah,
some
yeah,
people they give up because then they get too
yeah.
sick and then, you
Or
know,
they give up on cooking, and they just go buy food from like McDonald's or whatever.
and then it's like 50 bajillion dollars. So then at that
Yeah.
point, it's like, let's just spend $20,000 literally on DoorDash in a year,
Yeah.
which is just insane. But again, that's them standing up to the system. But this person is not.
Which I don't under which is so crazy because it's like, you're literally, like, being taxed. You're paying your
Yeah,
taxes when you do that. You
literally.
are yeah, like, you're paying, you're just feeding consumerism. I don't know, I
You're
hate
feeding
it.
also like McDonald's and stuff. It's a huge corporation. Like if you're
Yeah.
supposedly anti-corp, like I'm not a huge corporate girly pop. I'm not really a huge fan of it. Like, not that I take a stand or whatever. Like, I shop at Walmart. Like, calm
Yeah.
down. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
yeah,
be all
yeah.
like that. But
No,
what
no,
I'm
no, no,
saying
no.
is like this idea that we must have fast food. That is like a corporatistic lie, in my opinion. That is so
Yeah.
dumb. It's like you don't have to.
That sounds like the fat liberation community got infiltrated from somebody that works for McDonald's, and they were like, "Dude, you guys should shop at
Yeah.
McDonald's. You guys should get all your meals at McDonald's because the XYZ." But yeah, it just seems like a lie.
We'll have to call that the Fat Liberation Front. No, I'm just kidding. I just, I just thought of that from The Last of Us, the FLF. But but anyways, no, it's bad. But again, I think that'll be a good one when fat acceptance people are literally helping corporations. Like the
Yeah.
weird like allyship, to use their own words, against
Yeah.
them. The allyship between fat acceptance and corporate interest is wild, and it definitely
Yeah.
needs to be called out. So that'll be FLF on the channel. Thank you so much. Just inspired that. But yeah, so this person, I think that they're probably somebody who they don't have the problem. They've heard the talking points and they're carrying it forward.
Mhm.
So there's a difference between action and belief, or action and words. So they probably won't even do it. It's easy to write that in a comment section. It's a different thing to actually do it.
Mhm.
And a lot of people are just like, what the hell is this, basically? And it's
Yeah.
just all it does as a function of the zombie horde is it, once again, it pushes the message forward. So then somebody who is fat or doing what they're doing, they'll read that and be like, yes, I am doing an act of rebellion. And they're
Yeah.
encouraged to
It's like
continue.
propaganda.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is propaganda.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay. Should we do the next?
Yeah, unless if you have anything else you want to add
I
there.
no, I agree. Let me just read it over again. Yeah. Oh, as far as like the whole people are happier being fat, um, I would highly disagree. I when I was at my like heaviest, which was 230 pounds, but anytime that I was actually happy at that weight has never it's not even it doesn't even come close to the amount of joy or elation or euphoria that I've ever felt in this body. And I'm still obese, but like just the
Mhm,
removal of all that excess adipose tissue
mhm,
has done wonders for like my hormonal health and my mental health. So like the fact that like some
mhm.
people are just happy you're fat and being fat is perfectly acceptable. um I just have to disagree. I just don't think that a lot of people are happier being fat. And if they believe that, if they've never been in a smaller body.
Mhm.
I just disagree.
Yeah, I think happiness too is just it's an emotion, which emotions are not bad. I don't believe in demonizing emotion, but I do think it is toxic to use emotion to justify behaviors around food and exercise. It's like,
I like
no,
that. Yeah.
we don't do that. It's like toddlers also have emotions, but we don't change everything just because of their emotions. Or,
Mhm.
I don't think you should, because they need
Yeah.
structure. It's the
Yeah.
same thing with us. We need structure too. So it doesn't have to be an oppressive, horrible structure that's insane, but there needs to be some level of like, gosh, I'm probably not going to be healthy if I'm 400 pounds. I mean, this is like very bare minimum stuff,
Yeah.
but it's
It's
like, it's a
logical
start.
to think
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Like why yeah, why is there such a lack of logic in the fat acceptance community? I just don't understand
I think
how
it's
they could
because
ever
it's
think that somebody being 500 pounds could even remotely be healthy.
Uh, it is a disorder for a reason,
You are right. You are right. I
it's mental
forget.
illness. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's do the last one. I think the last one's a clicker.
Okay. Ooh. All right. Can you read
Oh
that?
gosh. Yes, again.
Oh, there we go.
Activists continue to not understand why people disagree with them. Half the fat lash, oh my gosh. Half the back half the backlash to fat lib content essentially boils down to, I can't believe you're forcing me not to be mean to you. Ooh, we're getting into it here. This is a clicker. It's insane.
Yeah. Somebody's
Okay.
unwell.
Yes. then people are absolutely relentless with this. But I have to tell them, I can't just not say something. We can't just pretend it's fine to be fat. They really seem to think the main reason people are fat is because we're simply drowning in approval, and no one has been brave enough to inform us that it's better to not be fat, actually. So you can see the emotional quality. It's that rumination. This is this person that's severe. They're
Mhm.
severely in it. So they're
Mhm.
ruminating, ruminating, ruminating.
Yeah,
This
they're
is
sitting and
something.
creating
Mhm.
these situations in their head, basically.
They're creating it in their head. They're getting upset. They're building up emotion. This all takes work within the TR. I always point it out, and people are like, what? And it's like, yeah, that's energy and work. You have to build something up. It's like you're building it up in your head. It's the same thing before you get on the scale and you act like the whole world is going to end if you get on the scale and it says something that you don't want to see.
Mm.
Um, or you act like you've just saved all of humanity if you're down 0.2 pounds. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like either way, you're not actually fighting the zombies by getting on the scale. Nothing's happening. Like it's
Yeah.
boring. You
Mhm.
have to build that up in your head. So this
Mhm.
is what this person's doing. It's creating that narrative, reinforcing it. It's zombification. So it's like, this is, they're telling me this, they're telling me that, they're telling me this, they're telling me that. And they're just repeating it over and over and over. And it's like this, they're just sitting there. And then a clicker is just sitting there waiting to pounce. So it's
Yeah.
like, you've said something, now I'm going to go after you.
Yeah.
And that's what
Yeah.
this person's doing.
I love the connection. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
Wow. I am excited.
I think there's more. Yeah. I genuinely think it's related to what I observe. Oh, this is where then we have to make some weird connection that probably has to do with this is probably something that has to do with the real issue. Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
remember, the TR is always a distraction too.
Mhm.
I genuinely think it's related to what I observe about singleness, virginity, and A/era topics. People's entire worldviews are threatened by fat liberation, and having your worldview challenge is scary, especially because so many people have put so much personal effort into not being fat, so much self hate into gaining weight, in so much self-denial of food that they like, and forcing themselves into activities they hate to avoid being fat. And fat liberation says it's okay to be fat. And fat people say, I'm happy being fat and I don't try to become skinny. So I want to know, what is your, like, what do you think when you hear something like this?
My first thought is why are you bringing up singleness, virginity, and ace arrow topics? Like, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Like, what are you doing? Like,
I'm just
oh,
like,
are they going to talk about that more?
I don't
It
know. I
just
don't remember.
I fucking hate when they I'm sorry, I keep swearing on your channel.
It's okay. I
I
don't
hate okay. I hate when when people in the fat acceptance community insert their uh issues into other like
Yeah.
social you know, like the LGBTQIA plus people of color, like anytime that they and like I just recently did that video about ice, how they inserted
Uh-huh.
themselves with ice, and it is disgusting. Like it just feels like you're just using this
Yeah.
as like you just added this whole singleness, virginity, ace arrow topic as like an accessory instead of actually
Yeah.
like talking about it, you know?
Yeah. Or it's like, maybe you have opinions on something political happening in the world, or maybe you have
Yeah.
opinions about being aromantic or whatever. Like maybe
Yeah,
this
yeah.
person is that way, but it's like, just talk about it. Just talk about the issue if you're going to talk
Mhm.
about it. Don't
Yeah.
make it about
Yeah.
fatness, but they have
Yeah.
to, because it's like within the trauma response, the fatness issue and weight and all that stuff, it is a distraction. So it becomes so entrenched that they can't separate anything from it. And basically their whole life is revolving around it. Like this type of
Yeah.
person is severe. So they're
Mhm.
very like, everything they do, they get up, the sun sets, the sun rises, it's because I'm fat. Literally,
Yeah.
they're on that level.
Yeah.
So when you're there, you connect everything to it. And it's like, I would advise to not be so TR and just be like, if you want to talk about being asexual or aromantic, then just talk about it. Just talk about it on its own. But then they're
Yeah.
like, that's too personal, or that's too, you might attack me for that, for my views on that. And I can't handle it. So I'll just make it about me being fat because I'm used to that or whatever. It's
Yeah,
stupid.
it's the
It's a way to
distractions.
control it, but it is a distraction. But it's like that's why they're a clicker because they can't think anymore. It's like when you reach that point in the TR, you have no perspective. Just like the zombies, they have no
Yeah, they have
eyes.
no
You know,
eyes. Yeah.
they're blind, and that's basically what this person is doing because everybody can have an opinion on anything, political, personal, whatever.
Mhm.
But again, fatness, it's its own topic. It's like, can we just keep it about being fat? Like, I used to
Yeah.
be so annoyed when I'd watch Jubilee because they would just run to any other issue. They
Yeah.
wouldn't actually talk about being fat. It'd
Yeah.
like go to like random stuff, and it's like, I get it. I know
Mhm.
it's boring, but this is life and death too.
Yeah.
I get it. You know, there's a reason I dress it up. There's a reason why I'm discovering I'm Ellie in this moment and I'm an immune zombie, you know. There's a reason that we're doing this because you have to, and that's true of anything, like even if you're an activist trying to save the whales, it's you know, people don't care. So
Yeah.
you have to get them to care. I get it.
Yeah, yeah. So you're
And
you're
I think
adding
it's a
those other topics to, like, get people
yeah,
to
that's what
keep their
they're
eyes on you.
yeah, but I think within the fat thing, it's like when you I mean, they're not I don't even think they're an activist. Like, let's be real. I don't think this
Sure.
person is an activist. They're just insane. I'm sorry, they just are.
Yeah.
But it's like, as an activist, it's like, honey, pick a cause. Like, you only have like, you know, you can only do like there's I'm getting on a tyrant.
It
Not
reminds me
tyrant,
of
tirade. Getting on a tirade. But if we're talking politics, for example, there are different types of people in political activism. There's like social media commentators, which
Mhm.
they talk about a wide variety of issues. They're like a songbird of
Yeah.
whatever side they're on, which is fine. But you have to have a lot of riz. You have to be charming. You have to be smart. You have to like have all these skill sets.
Yeah.
Then you have the actual activists, which those are the people that are annoying as shit. That's me. Okay. I know where I stand here. Okay.
Yeah.
The annoying ones, we have to pick an issue and you
Mhm.
stick to it. And that's how you get
Yeah.
it done. And you build coalitions and then you get it done. That's how it's done. But it's like a lot of these people, they think that they're some famous commentator that's reporting the news. And it's like, you're not. Like, that's like the one from Allie, what's her name? Yeah, her name's Allie from the Fab Fatties, where she's like, I'm a political activist, and all she does is repost things on
Yeah, and
threads.
she's just fat.
And then she makes it about her being fat.
Yeah.
She's very much in this zone. Although I would consider her a bloater, to be honest, because
Yeah.
she's trying to make the whole world that way, right? This
Yeah.
person, it's still like insular. It's like they're in the corner, you know, in the
Mhm.
basement, you know, or they're not a stalker. They're not on the wall. That's my aspiration. I
Yeah.
told Robin before we started, I said, if the zombies come, if I get bit, I'm like, I'll last as long as I can, but I just want to be a stalker fused to the wall like this.
Yeah.
And just like I can finally rest, you
Yeah,
know?
that's exactly yeah, me too. I wanna be in that room with all the dust flying around because it was super pretty now and I was like, "This is aesthetically pleasing," and I'm also stuck to the wall.
Yeah. I can finally rest in
Yeah.
peace. No. But anyways, but the point is like, that's not like Ali doesn't have Riz. She doesn't. She's not charming. She's not likable, nothing. So it's like she needs to just pick a cause and then you can be annoying about that cause. And she's made
Yeah.
fatness her cause, which is
Yeah.
fine.
Mhm.
But you flop. Like it's not a good cause because it's just a
No, because
disorder.
it's yeah, it's promoting self charm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good. And so that's what I think they're trying to do. And again, most people that are involved in politics or any cause, whether it's saving the whales or, you know, whatever, they're not a political commentator on YouTube or Instagram or whatever.
Mhm.
You know, it's like that's not
Yeah.
the common
Like they're
path. Like,
out there doing it, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
basically. And again, I've had people kind of laugh when I've said that I am an activist, and it's like, it's not just my words, it's the action. So the public downsizing, the weight loss visibility, as Angelica
Yeah.
said,
Oh, I
that's part
love
of it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
And that
important
requires a
if
lot
you're
of work.
yeah, if you are fighting against the misinformation of fat acceptance or fat liberation or
Mhm.
whatever, it's important that you also live in a body that
Mhm.
reflects your beliefs.
Yeah,
So,
and I think
yeah.
it's so positive to show the transformation publicly. So, like, Sam at
Yes.
Every Size, she recently talked about how she has downsized a lot
Yeah. And she
and
looks
that
good.
it makes a huge impact. Oh, it's great. So good. And I'm really happy for her. But I'm just saying it's the actions behind the words that matter as an activist. And then
Yes.
it has to do with credibility and stuff. But the point is, I just get a little bit like special interesty because this is my career choice. So I get
Yeah.
frustrated when people like don't understand it at all. And it really annoys the shit out of me. But yeah, so I understand like your irritation probably more than anybody. But I think not everything is an activistic pursuit too. Like sometimes things
Yeah.
are just personal. So it's like
Yeah.
sometimes you just have personal feelings about being single and you
Yeah.
just want to talk about it. Just talk about it.
Yeah.
You know, you're not like we talked about this
Yeah.
on your
Why are
channel. You're
you
you're not single because you're fat.
yeah.
You know? You're
Yeah,
just
because
single.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, your fatness has nothing to do with your
Yeah.
what is it, singularity or whatever. That's a personality thing. Like,
Yeah.
maybe you're just not a nice person or something like that.
Or maybe you don't want it as much as you think, or
Yeah, yeah. If you
maybe
really wanted
yeah.
it to happen, like you would be
Yeah.
trying maybe or doing something to meet people. You're gonna if you don't get out of your house, you're gonna be single. So
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, I'm gonna start using that. Fat people get married every day. It happens every day.
That is such a good one. Fat people get married all the time. What are you
They
talking about?
do. They do.
What is you
That
saying,
is
baby?
yeah. Okay, let's continue.
Oh, they cut it off.
That they
Okay.
have sunk let's see. They cut it off? Oh, okay.
Oh wait, hold on. Is that better? Yeah, they cut
Yeah.
the poster cut it.
Yeah. That they have sunk so much time, so much effort, so much misery into avoiding being fat. And this person in front of them is just not even trying, rejecting the game, saying, you don't have to do that. If they accept that they didn't have to do that, then they made themselves so unhappy for so long for no reason. Oh my gosh, for no reason. Wow. They want their effort, their unhappiness to have been worth it, to have meant something. So, this is a projection. I'm just going to say. This is what we talked about this on your channel too. They
Yeah.
want to politicize their issue of fatness because it makes the suffering worth it or it's a part of a
Yeah.
big picture.
They want to be martyrs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
martyrs for a
Yeah.
horrible cause that is
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
That most people quit anyways because it's awful. So you see all the
Yeah.
BOPO people quitting, which
Mhm. Good
we
for
love.
them. We love that.
Yes, because no, but yeah.
Yeah,
So I
because we want
think
you to be around. We want you to be on this planet for much
yes,
longer. Yeah.
want you to be healthy. Remember, the zombification is not permanent. You can cure. You can be cured. You know, you
Yeah.
can get out
There
of
is a
this.
cure.
Yes.
It lives in
Uh,
Alex.
yeah, it does. What is it? Well, I'm not letting the fireflies kill me. That's all I'm going to say. But they can try. But you know, maybe I'll have a Joel around to. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding. Anyway, to function that. But anyways, point. I'm like, just know I have Joels in my life. If you try, no, I'm just kidding. But anyways, the point is like you can. There is a cure, and just let this go. Like, just stop.
Yeah.
Just shut it down. You don't have to be so miserable. You know, again, recovery is miserable. I will be honest, it is. But being in it is miserable. So if you're like in this state,
Mhm.
you got to pick your poison. And I think it's better to be miserable in recovery than miserable getting worse. So
Yeah, because
that's like a big step.
at least in
Yeah.
recovery, you're medically in a better place
Yeah.
as
And
opposed to
you're
like getting worse
improving.
and worse and worse.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
your health is improving. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Mhm.
so
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, so let's see. I think there's one more. So they have to believe that being fat is wrong, bad, gross, a moral failing, and the only reason anyone would be happy that way is if they just don't know better. Because the other option is to realize and admit that they have suffered unnecessarily for years and it meant nothing at all.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like people when people want to leave the fat activist movement, there's a lot of hesitation because they don't want to look stupid or they don't want to be like, did I
Mhm,
not believe this? Is this a cause that I didn't have truly
mhm.
in my heart? You know?
Yeah.
I'm getting vibes like that. So they have to believe that being fat is wrong, bad, gross, immoral, failing, and the only reason anyone would be happy that way is if they just don't know better. Because the other option is to realize and admit that they suffered unnecessarily for years and it meant nothing at all. Yeah. Ooh.
So I
What are your
think what's
thoughts?
interesting about this is you could disarm this person with one question to which you could ask, like, have you ever been thin before?
Yeah.
And typically this person hasn't. A
Hmm.
lot of people have experienced both sides. So this person is so deep in the TR that they don't understand that downsizing is actually possible. So that's where this subconscious thing is. But then you see the inconsistency where it's, but you did all that work to keep yourself thin. So it's like, on one hand, you can make yourself thin, but through horrific, painful effort. But on the other hand, nobody can actually downsize
Mm.
because this person believes that they can't.
Hmm.
So it's like, you don't understand because you've never been this big or you've
Hmm.
never been here. To which it's like, then you have someone like me who's like, yes, I have. I was almost 400 pounds
Yeah.
and
Wow.
now I'm not. So it's like, I do know it. And I was so deep in the toxic ritualistic world and I'm outside of that. I'm immune. So there you have it. So I did get bit. I have a
Mm.
scar. And I'm just kidding. I need to make one, but I have scars. So it's like, I do know. And it's like, no,
Mhm.
you're wrong.
Yeah.
And it is much better. It's much better. I mean, I was talking on Robin's video. I'm like, breathing was an Olympic exercise. You know, getting up out of bed is like tough. It's like, because you've never been that big, right? You
No,
were,
the biggest I was like 230 pounds.
yeah, like, what was it like physically at that weight for you?
Well, I could injure myself a lot easier. Like I told you, I have a bum knee
Mhm.
now. That happened when I was 230 pounds.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
but yeah, walking up a flight of stairs was difficult. Running was no,
Yeah.
and I feel like I could sleep longer. Like I could just sleep for forever, basically. Like I was just not wanting to ever get up out of bed or off the couch or
Mhm.
anything like that. I was such a
Yeah.
couch potato. I was not an active person.
Yeah. Which that type of lifestyle, it does affect you,
Yeah.
and then they'll complain, they'll be like, "Well, that fat people make less money," or something like that, and it's like, but you're also just tired all the time. It's like, it's
Yeah.
hard. Like, you could
Yeah.
probably do better for yourself if you were actually active or like doing
Yeah.
things proactively.
And
Because what were you saying?
it's such a vicious circle too because it's like, well,
Mhm.
I can't start working out because I'm so tired all the time.
Mhm.
But you'll feel better and gain more energy if you start working out. So it's like somebody has to move and like the only thing in that circle that has the ability to move is you. So you need to
Mhm.
get up and just move even if you feel tired. But yeah,
Yeah, you
movement,
can't.
eating right.
You couldn't remain a stalker.
Mm-mm.
You couldn't remain embedded into the couch. With the fungus all around. Just like I
Yeah.
couldn't stay a clicker. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. It's like,
Mhm.
you know what a nightmare it is for like interpersonal relationships to be a clicker? Like, good luck. You know
Yeah.
how awful it is to date when you're a clicker? Good luck. It's like,
What
it's
wait,
horrible.
what explain again your definition of like a clicker for like on the obesity
Okay, so
scale.
clicker is like very severe toxic ritualistic. I would consider it tortured on my channel. I have like the tortured
Okay.
era and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Stalker is more like mid-sized princess, so it's less severe.
Okay.
And it's more, you're a little bit more peaceful,
Uh-huh.
and then you just sit around and moan all the time. No, I'm
You're
just
like,
kidding.
ha ha ha.
And then you're embedded into the wall, or you're embedded
Yeah.
into, in your case, you were embedded into the couch.
Couch.
As a as a clicker, you don't know a moment of peace. So peace
Okay.
does not exist. Okay, you're
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
like, you're
yeah,
doing
yeah,
that
yeah,
all the time. That
yeah.
was my experience
Okay.
from like probably 2018 to 2023. I was out of it by 2020, but
Yeah.
it was the end of 2020 and it took years to no longer
Yeah.
be a clicker. It took a long time. And then I eventually turned into a stalker in 2024. And then now, I've recovered pretty much completely at this point. But the point is, like,
Now you're immune.
yes, I'm immune now. We're out of it now. And that's why people in the TR hate me. They're like, he thinks he's so much better. And because they hate it when you recover.
Yeah.
They hate it. There's nothing
Yeah.
worse. It is the most horrible thing in the world for them
It's
to see
like
somebody.
internal, it's like subconscious jealousy almost.
Mhm,
Like, how come I'm still suffering and he's not?
mhm. When they're like, "I can't believe that Alex doesn't sit there and agonize over his body 24/7 like I do." That's, I think, the biggest thing, and
Yeah.
there might even be some people in your life that might feel the same way, you know?
About me?
Um, mhm, 'Cause I
Oh.
know I watched your video, so I know you had some TR struggles.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, part of getting away from all of that and like the TR is completely cutting people off. So I don't have
Yeah,
anybody in my
you
life
have to sometimes.
yeah, you just have to cut people off. As an adult, you guys, it is okay to
Mhm.
make new friends. And I just had to reinvent myself.
You have to sometimes, and
Yeah.
again, that's why you're a firefly in my opinion. So welcome. Welcome to the rain. But anyways, do you have any thoughts on this post as a whole
No,
before
I
we close?
just no, oop, I don't. I just again, it is bothersome that they always try to turn it into this
Mhm,
activist thing, and it's
mhm,
like, no, baby, you're just fat. Like, you're
mhm,
just unwell and you need to get help. And people in your life, a lot of people maybe think that they don't have a lot of people who care about them, especially when they're in a fat body, but it's like, no, people do care about you. Even strangers do care, I think.
mhm.
I think people are inherently good. And I personally, and I think you too, my channel, I know I can be a little snarky and stuff like that, but my at the core is I do care. I do care. I don't want people to
Mhm,
live like how I used to live. I don't want people to
mhm,
get to a certain point. I think I've completely destroyed my body from being
mhm.
obese. I don't know when insulin resistance is ever gonna, go away. I think
Let
my
up,
pancreas
yeah.
is completely just she's tired, baby. And I don't want that to happen to anybody else because it fucking
Mhm,
sucks. I really wish that I could eat some of the things that I miss eating, but I have to, hold them off for special occasions now, which, whatever. But
mhm.
I, it,
Yeah,
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 we
it
care.
does
We care.
it if the longer you let it go on for, the harder it is to recover. Like, I had to do 6 years at this point of, like, hardcore recovery. That's a lot because I was so big.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my gosh, the sooner the better to get out,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
agree.
But you notice, like, a lot of us in the Fireflies, we don't talk about self-hatred, or
Mm,
we don't bash how we look all the time. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of being a firefly. It's like you're not necessarily using self-hatred to motivate yourself.
no.
You know, you're using like self-love or self-esteem or valuing your efforts or valuing yourself.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think that, like when they see somebody like reducing, or if they see somebody that has to eat a specific way, they think that that's not, that that's self-hatred, but actually taking care of your body and feeding it the right things and ensuring that you don't go back
Mhm,
to old ways is a form of self-love, I think.
mhm. Totally. And it's extremely important, and self-love and like true self-love, which again,
Yeah.
love is not purely an emotion. It's not. Love is an
Mhm.
action, in my opinion. Love is you do it even if you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
That's love.
Yeah.
You stick by yourself. Like, I consider the TR to be very like self-abandonment. You like abandon the self
Mm.
and you become a part of the horde. Basically, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So if you don't love yourself, then you abandon yourself. So you have to like show up for yourself as a part of recovery and pick up the pieces and do the work and do that kind of stuff. But it's like a lot of people talk about it, pick your pain, the pain of staying the same versus the pain of changing. I'll never tell you it's rainbows and sunshine because it's
Yeah.
not,
No.
but it's also not rainbows and sunshine to stay. And they act like it is, and it's not.
Yeah, I would even
So,
argue that staying in it is never rainbows and sunshines. It is constant, like
yeah,
a fucking rain cloud over your head all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. At least like I remember in 2023, I used to call it like these cracks of light where I could like see and envision a healthier me in the future. So
Yeah.
you have like those hopes at dark moments. And now that hope is just a reality. And now I just bitch about everything else. I'm just kidding. You just change. You just
Yeah,
change.
yeah.
What you complain about changes. So now I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't want to go to the gym today. That's how I
Yeah,
feel.
which even imagine, like, ever even thinking that when you were close to 400 pounds, like, one day I'm gonna complain that I have to go to the gym, but I still go. You know, what a crazy thought, you know?
It is crazy, but
Yeah,
that's what it looks like for a lot of people, especially if you're like me and you're a bitch and moaner, you know? But it's
yeah,
like a lot of people are in the TR are very emotional. So that's what it looks like. It's like you just kind of change what you're bitching about. And then
yeah.
but it's so much healthier. And it's like, and people
Yeah,
understand it. Like people, when I talk about being like, oh gosh, I'm so sore from the gym, people get it. They
mhm.
understand what you're saying. Like you don't sound like a crazy clicker. Where they're like, what the hell? Like aromantic. What does that have to do?
Yeah, what
Like
does
you
that have to do
said,
with
you're like, what?
anything? Yeah. Honestly, where they never ever brought
Yeah,
it back up. Like,
I get it.
what first of all, educate me then. What is the issue with, you
Yeah.
know, singularity, virginity, and a scenario? Where did they collide? Like, I'm so confused. That was so bizarre.
Right. And then people can't connect with you because they're like, what?
Yeah.
But if you're like not in that, then you have so much more connection because people actually know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then you can actually speak clearly.
Yeah.
So I think it's
Less brain
just,
fog.
yeah, it's just positive. But yeah, I mean, even when before we started filming, you were talking about how you were kind of anxious post gym.
Mhm.
And I was like, I know what you're talking about. I feel that way,
Yeah.
especially after an arm day. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, that's not something crazy, but it's like, we're here to support.
Hold on, the camera. Something's disconnecting. Hello? Oh,
Yeah,
that
I
camera
can.
had cut
Can you hear me
out.
now?
Yeah, I can hear you
Okay. Can
now.
you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just saying like we we need to support each other.
Mhm.
So it's like if I understand how you were feeling post gym, that makes you feel less crazy because that is a common feeling or it's like it's a
Yeah.
normal feeling.
Yeah.
And so and then you understand when I feel impatient when I'm driving and it's like
'Cause I'm an Aries.
it's like I don't care if they were taking 1 second to cross this intersection. I'm pissed. You know,
Yeah,
I'm like right
why aren't
there.
you in a rush to get anywhere?
And you get it, you know, because there
Yeah.
is some of those aspects where it's like when you're lifting, maybe you're a little crabby sometimes, you know,
Yeah.
but it's like we support each other and we have solidarity and allyship within the actual resistance.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Even and you know what's cool too is we support each other and we have like even in my video we had differing opinions on specific
Mhm.
things. We also
Oh yeah.
eat differently
Mhm.
and it's not a fucking like
Not a big deal.
not a big deal because guess what? We're intelligent. No, I'm just kidding. No.
You
Because
said it. No.
logically, you know, different bodies, different people, different
Mhm.
personalities exist. So,
100%. And
yeah.
so I think it's going to be a fun era. I'm still preparing, but thank you so much for being a part of it.
Well, thank you for
And
having me.
yeah, and I'm sure we'll do this again. I'm sure.
Yeah. It really
But yeah,
wasn't that messy. I actually think it was pretty cute.
yeah.
Yeah.
You mean like as far as the shifting things around and all that?
Yeah, like the like the backgrounds and stuff. I don't
Yeah, no, I like
know.
the background. You know, it's very I was looking for some locations in Derry
Yeah,
that
let's
look
see.
like this, you know. I think I might have found one. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. And I'll
Bye.
see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.
That was fun.